Assalamu alaikum. Hello dear learners, how are you? I hope you are doing great. Today our topic is the use of enough in English, and we will know how to use the word enough in English sentences. Let's get started. So now what is the meaning of enough? Enough means sufficient or adequate. That means as much as is necessary or as much as or more than is wanted. So we can write down here the definition: as much as is necessary. The similar meaning of enough is sufficient or adequate. Sufficient. So Bangla meaning is যথেষ্ট, right? Let's see the next slide. Let's see these examples. She is not going to take a taxi. She hasn't got enough money. The next one, he cannot reach the shelf, he is not tall enough. So the use of enough here, enough money, and there is tall enough. So now let's know how to use enough with adjective and noun. Let's see it. So enough will be used before noun. For example, enough money. You see here money is a noun. So enough money. People is a noun. So enough people. So you have already seen the examples that I had shown you before, that here enough, she has not got enough money, right? So after enough we will use noun. But if we use adjective, then it will be adjective then enough. For example, good enough or tall enough. There's a sentence, he cannot reach the shelf, he is not tall enough. So here you see tall is adjective and good is another adjective. So always remember this: adjective plus enough and enough plus noun. Now let's see the next one. Now let's remember the same thing that I have already told you. But we have to remember that enough time. You see, enough time, but old enough. That means we will use enough before noun and we will use enough after adjective. Now let's know other expressions of enough. We say, this pullover isn't big enough for me. Big enough for me. For me. For me. Then, I haven't got enough money for a new car. For a new car. So enough can be used with the preposition for, enough for somebody or something. So you see the first sentence, this pullover is not big enough for me. So for me means for somebody. I haven't got enough money for a new car. So for something, for a new car. Let's see the other expressions. We say, I haven't got enough money to buy a new car. I haven't got enough money to buy a new car. Is your English good enough to have a conversation? Is your English good enough to have a conversation? So enough can be used with to, preposition to, that enough to do something, So enough to buy a new car, enough to have a conversation. So I haven't got enough money to buy a new car, to do something. Is your English good enough to have a conversation? Well, let's So dear learners, I hope you liked today's lesson. And if you like today's lesson, you please share and comment on my video. And if you would love to learn with me, please subscribe my channel. Yes. That's all for today, dear learners. Thank you very much for watching.